Hey, Lil Munchkin here. Alright, today I'm going to talk about how the oil refinery works. And what the oil refinery is for is taking crude oil here and turning it into refined oil or fuel over here, which you can use to power combustion engines, which are a lot more efficient than these redstone engines. On the refinery, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, all running off of fuel, which is a lot more efficient and it helps out a lot. And so what we got here is our water supply. This is essential for not the refining, but for these engines to keep them cool. If you don't have water, they'll heat up and then eventually explode, which will then ruin your whole refinery. And that's a big disaster. So what you have here is just tanks of water, which are being pumped. I use a teleport pipe, but you can just pump water from the nearest water source into tanks. This design here, you put a pump here, running to the next one, into the next one. That's an original Urine Cakes design. You can talk to him about that. Just leave a comment. So it draws water out of here, brings it in, and then over here it just pumps into this engine, this engine, this engine, then the one down here on the bottom. And then over here we got the same setup for the crude oil, but this oil only goes to the refinery. And so what you need for this is obviously a fuel source, so the crude oil, and then you need these two pumps on the end, two redstone pumps. What you can do is flip them on, and these will pump the refined oil out into wherever you're storing it. In this case, we have this tank thing set up, and so when you're ready to go, you just turn them all on, and as the engines heat up, you can see we'll start making some fuel. It's coming out relatively quickly. It'll come out later, a lot faster once the engines warm up. But so this is just the basic setup. You want to make sure you use a wooden pipe if you're using the redstone engines, and with the combustion ones it doesn't really matter. And then my setup to get oil, over here I had 2 geothermal generators. We're using that in the factory now. But all you need is something to power your MFE or MFSU, whatever you'd like. As long as it's got power, you route that down, and we have it up powered directly. You don't need any transformers, just an oil generator right here, which pumps all the way up into these 4 oil storage tanks, and that feeds right into the refinery. It's pretty simple to set up. I mean, there's not much that goes into it, but you just want to make sure that you're always monitoring it, making sure that you have plenty of water. As for fuel, if it runs out of fuel, that's not a huge deal. You can just throw another bucket in. And that's pretty much how you set up an oil refinery. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'll be sure to get back to you and help you out. I just do one quick once over, make sure everyone's got the right idea. Remember, water to all of your combustion engines. Water is essential to cool them down. And that's about it.